I've now just moved along a little bit after that hiccup. I just do it by hand. I just do it by hand. Women's clothing have buttons on the left because we're using those for sure. Let's make this thrifted sheet into this. Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Briar and I have been sewing for a few years now and have just recently, a few months ago, started sharing my projects on YouTube. Today I'm going to be continuing my winter sewing plans, so if you haven't checked out that video you can go check it out, where I just talk about what my plans are over the winter here in Australia for sewing and how to kind of get out of my sewing funk I was in. Pretty much I was just like mourning the loss of hot weather. Today I'm going to be doing the flannel button-up shirt that I have been thinking of so much ever since I found this fabric. I thrifted it. I have just wanted to make this button-up flannel for like easy to throw on over the top of with jeans, etc., just around the house or running errands. So I've been thinking about this one, which means I'm so motivated to do it, which is amazing because, as I said, I was in such a funk. I'm using the Butterick B6916 pattern with the flannel. I'm not going to put any front pockets on. I'm just going to leave it plain. I'm going to also make it a little bit oversized. I want it kind of baggy and I want a curved hem around the bottom. So that'll be the plan, and we will get into it. I also have just realized I didn't even clock this when I got the fabric. This sheet has buttons on it, covered buttons, which I'm going to save and use for my placard. That is so amazing. I will be using those for sure. My plan today is to cut out all the pattern pieces and then assemble over the next few days as I have gaps, you know, being a mother, working full time, etc. So that is the plan and I'm so looking forward to it. I have a lot of fabric, so we will definitely be able to have scraps left over for another project. If you have any thoughts of what I could make, please let me know. Give me all the inspiration for winter. I need it. I really do need help with winter plans. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. It is super encouraging and actually does mean a lot. Okay, let's get into it. It's editing Briar here and I lost half of my footage cutting out, putting the yoke on and making huge holes in my yoke because I cut with my overlocker how I fixed it. And essentially also I realized as I'm editing I completely forgot that I had those buttons. So I will go back and put those buttons on. I don't know where I've put them since I filmed. It's only like 10 days ago, but as I said, so much has happened in our lives that is all good things, but it just makes your brain kind of short circuit. Anyway, so please pretend that we watched me to some really beautiful footage, cut out the fabric and all of that. Okay, I'll see you when I've got the yoke attached. Okay. We have now just moved along a little bit after that hiccup and I've top stitched the yoke at the back and have added the shoulder seams. Just doing a straight stitch, then going through my overlocker and cleaning up all of the seams. But we've got this all attached and we're about here now. Get along nicely. The pink is so cute. I think I'm a pink girl. I haven't done my color analysis, but I'm vibing this. Here I'm just starting to work on the cuff, which has this cute little pleat detail and a cutout that is where the cuff actually meets the sleeve. So that was really cute to do, just basted that in place and then I sewed up the underarm seam and had them ready to insert into the armhole. Moving on to the cuffs now for the sleeve. They were really fun and quite simple to do actually. So one side was interfaced and then the edge was ironed down and trimmed. Then I attached them into the sleeve that I had previously created, matching up the cutout from that little notch to the sides of my cuff. And before that I also just have been overlocking as I go just to keep everything neat and tidy on the inside. Jeez. My sewing room has now been hijacked, so I'm going to have to come back on another day, but we will return soon. In a crazy twist of events, I've managed to get back into the attic after the dinner, bath time, bedtime routine. I'm so grateful, and I'll be continuing the jacket. I don't remember if I dropped off this afternoon when my babe came and joined me. So the lighting's going to be a little bit funky, sorry. Just so you know, that's why, because it is actually like full on nighttime and my gym jams, and I've showered and I've got my tea, so I'm just going to keep sewing until I just want to get into bed. It's Sunday evening. We've had a really good day. We had church this morning and then lots of playtime, and I had a couple of hours sewing. So it's been a really lovely day, really chilled family afternoon actually. It was really nice. So I get some more alone time. Got my front and back pieces attached and sewn down the sides, and now I've sewn my cuff and my sleeves, and now I'm going to need to fold it over and sew down the fold so I get a nice clean finish on the, I think this is the inside, so I sewed the right sides together on the outside, and then I'll just be sewing this fold there, this sleeve and this sleeve. I'm going to keep pottering through, and I'll pop in and out as needed. For my book club this month, we are doing the book Frida McFadden's Never Lie, and I'm actually hosting on Friday, and I haven't read the book yet. I will. I'm actually going to listen to it. All of the girls have been messaging like non-stop this month, and like every single one of them have been raving about it in the chat, so I'm super excited listening to that as I sew, because I need to catch up. And I've also got another book on the go. Can't remember what I'm reading. What am I reading now? After the Forest by Kel Woods, retelling of Hansel and Gretel and Snow White, and it's incredible. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's like fairy tales but for adults. It's like a retelling, and it's really good, but because I think the Never Lie book is very much not fantasy, I can read the two of them and I won't get confused, you know, because I do sometimes. Another day. It is another day, and I am back. I actually end up doing so much work on my Shacket that night, and I'm so happy. I'm calling it a Shacket. It's like a flannel over top. So got heaps of it done, and now really all I've got left to do is hemming and all the buttons. So super stoked. I kind of just knuckled in and had a really good time. About a week later, so a lot has happened in my personal life, which hopefully one day soon I can share in another video. So it's been a bit crazy, and haven't been able to get to my sewing machine or come back up into my attic at all. It's all good things, it's all exciting things, but it just means that my attention has been elsewhere. Anyway, I'm back in it today, and the weather has just been screaming at me to get this finished so I can wear it. And I've got some ideas of some little outfits I want to put together with it. So I'm going to hopefully finish off my buttons today, and she'll be done. If, that is, my toddler doesn't interrupt me. I can hear him currently downstairs screaming. Okay, so buttons and hem. Let's get into it. The other day I got the collar done, and the, what do you call these? Like, the inside part, what is the name for these? I'll put it up. Brain completely forgot. Like interfacing for the button piece. Oh my gosh, I actually did hem it already. Look at that. So good. I just went gangbusters. The cuffs are done. Collar is done. I've got my yoke all done with the pleat, as you can see. This is coming together so sweetly. Probably got to finish the insides a little bit, and I've got the inside of my collar to sew down here. I have also already, as I can see here, probably see it better when I put it on later, I have adapted the hem to have a bit of a curve in it rather than that flat line. Finishing the collar and doing the buttons. Now the buttons I haven't bought any new ones for this. I've just got my white ones which I think are fine. I'll just try and find some like average size. We'll see what I've got. I mean, I've just got a random collection of all white buttons. These would be cool, but I think they're too big. Anyway, every time I tip these buttons out, I'm like, I need a better way to store them or something. I don't know. Just chuck them in here. Do we like 1, 2, or 3 better? Let me know in the comments. It's the hard-hitting questions here today, folks. Hard-hitting questions. 1, 2, or 3, and that's the only options I have. I have no other buttons, and so, like all good button decisions, I'm going to Instagram. Okay, as the poll's coming back, I will see what comes through, and in the meantime, I'm going to finish my collar. Everything's looking really tidy and clean. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's all sitting in there underneath. I don't know if you can see that. Collar that folds over the top has a fold in it here, so then I'll just fold that over and then capture all of that and just stitch the ditch, as they say. Okay. I was using my Cricut the other day and unplugged, and I just thought my machine was broken, but false alarm. And I hear that sound. Okay, I'm going to overstitch this because it's very long, the seam. I'm gonna not overstitch it, I'm gonna serge it, overlock it, bring it down, so then when I fold it, it's gonna be nice and tidy all the way through. Which means I've got to set up my serger. Ta-da! Could you imagine if I cut my fabric again? Oh no, don't. This is the secret. You, me, us, together we snip the seam allowance here and here. So then on the shoulders it sits down, and on the neckline it sits up, and then it gets tucked away nicely, and then it's all nice and flat, because I was not doing that and it was looking funky. So we're going to snip them, and then it'll be tucked away. I'm just having a moment in case I cut through the seam. Don't do it, but just in case I do. How nice was this shirt while it lasted? That one's fine. Oh, I don't know if I did enough. I just made my seam so nice. Nice. Plot twist, I'm going to slip stitch it by hand. I'm not using my machine. I know, I got too excited. See, you never know what's coming next. You never know. I did that fine. Now I'm going to stitch it. Done. And now to the buttons. I need to figure out what Instagram has said back to me. We have top button winning. Top button's my favorite too, so hooray! Top button, I only have 5. I'm going to drop the top button down a bit, and then I'll just veto the bottom button, and I'm probably never going to button up anyway. They're more for aesthetic. Buttons go on the right side, I'm pretty sure, normally. No, they pop through from the left. 6. Oh, I've got 6. Oh, we knew the top button was a winner. 1, 2. That. I think I like that placement. So we will go ahead and measure-ish. Measure-ish. Let's go. If they're going to be... Alright. I'm just going to do a bit of math quietly, and then I'll come back. Alright, my buttons are 4 inches. 4 inches apart, and I've put them 4.5 inches down from the top. Yeah, and I'm just going to double check what side buttons go on. Fun fact, women's clothing have buttons on the left because apparently it was easy for maids to dress them for right-handed back in the day. The things you learn. My pen. And do I want my buttonholes horizontal or vertical? No, vertical. Vertical up and down so then they don't slide and gape. Vertical buttonholes, guys. That's the rule. I have marked every single buttonhole and then the space down where we need it to start to fit the whole button in vertically. So they're all marked up in my purple erasable marker. And the good thing about this is I've actually got lines to follow, so my buttonhole should be nice and straight today. So we're going to start at the bottom and then work our way out. Ah, bobbin! My bobbin ran out halfway through my buttonhole. Rip! Why? Not mad. I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm not. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But actually I'm happy because halfway through I was like, oh, I should have made the buttonhole thread the same color as the fabric. And then my buttonhole was going so nicely, I was like, it's fine. But it wasn't going fine. And so now I can change my thread. Hello. Let's see, I think this pink. Perfect. So I'm going to match the thread and the... No! My thread! Ah! I'm gonna clean that up. I'm gonna clean that up and I'll be right back. I have to color code that later. Rip. Ah, well. Okay. As I was saying, we will now color match my thread. I'm getting a bit flustered. Okay, let's try again. Just ignore the holes from the bad first attempt. Well, actually second, I guess, but look. Beautiful. Now it's going to do that 5 more times. I just do my hand. I just do my hand. Broke my needle. Okay, I'm gonna go and do the buttons by hand because I don't know what's going on today. Anyway, broke my needle, so I'll come back with you and give you a little reveal of what she looks like because it's pretty much done now.